Hey everyone, today we are diving into a huge question in the world of decentralized finance. Can you actually insure your crypto? I mean, in a world filled with billion-dollar hacks and crazy exploits, we're going to explore the brand new frontier of DeFi insurance. You know, DeFi, or decentralized finance, it promises us this incredible world without all the usual gatekeepers. It's a whole new system where you can lend, borrow, and trade directly with other people, and it's all powered by code. It's supposed to be this amazing new era of financial freedom.
But here's the catch, right? With all that freedom comes some pretty massive risk. In this ecosystem where fortunes can be made and lost in literally the blink of an eye, the big question is, who's got your back? Is there a safety net? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out. So first up, let's really break down this two-sided coin that is DeFi. It's got this incredible promise, but also this ever-present peril.
I mean, the promise of DeFi is just its massive scope. You can do pretty much everything that traditional finance offers. You can lend, trade, earn interest, all of it. But the truly revolutionary part? It's all permissionless. There's no big bank or authority you have to ask for permission. It's just open to anyone, anywhere, with an internet connection.
But here's the other side of that coin. And this is where it gets a little scary. These are not just numbers on a screen. These are real, catastrophic losses. We're talking about the Ronin network hack, the wormhole bridge exploit, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars just drained, gone. This isn't some theoretical risk. It's the harsh reality of playing in this space.
So, what's the deal? Why is it so risky? Well, the answer really lies in what's missing when you take away all those traditional gatekeepers.
The difference between old-school finance and DeFi is it's night and day. With a regular bank, right, you're protected. You've got things like deposit insurance, legal recourse. In DeFi, those safety nets just don't exist by default. If you send your funds to the wrong address, poof, they're gone forever. If a protocol you're using gets hacked, you are often the one who bears that loss directly.
And this really is the most important thing to get. The phrase, "you are your own bank," sounds so empowering, and it is. But it also means that all the responsibility for security, for managing your risk, it falls completely on your shoulders.
This huge gap in protection? Well, it created a massive need. And in response, the DeFi ecosystem did what it does best. It started to build its own solution, a new kind of shield for users, DeFi insurance.
Now, DeFi insurance is not your typical policy. It's actually built on the same ideas as DeFi itself. It uses smart contracts, which are really just automated agreements written in code to lay out all the rules. And in a lot of cases, it's the community of users, not some big corporation, that gets to vote on whether a claim is valid. It's kind of like protection by the people for the people.
At its heart, the whole concept is super simple and, it's timeless. It's all about pooling risk. Just think of it like a community defense fund. Everybody chips in a little bit, and that big collective pool becomes strong enough to cover a major loss for any single person in the group.
So okay, how does it actually work in practice? Let's walk through it. First, people called liquidity providers deposit capital into a reserve pool. Then, users like you and me, we can buy protection by paying small premiums into that pool. Next, if a covered event, like a hack, happens, you file a claim. And finally, if the community approves the claim, the payout comes directly from that shared reserve. It's all transparent, all managed right there on the blockchain.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great, but it's not a magic bullet. It is so important to understand what these policies actually cover, and maybe even more importantly, what they don't. So generally, you can get coverage for specific technical failures. Things like a bug in a protocol's code that gets exploited, you can be covered for that. Or if a stablecoin loses its one-to-one peg to the dollar, you can be covered. There's even protection for stuff like an exchange getting hacked or penalties for stakers called validator slashing. These policies are all designed to protect you from the technology failing.
And here is the absolutely essential reality check. DeFi insurance will not cover you for personal mistakes. Let me be really clear. If you lose your private keys, if you send funds to the wrong address, or if you get tricked by a phishing scam, you are on your own. It also doesn't protect you from market crashes. This is insurance against technical failure, not a safety net for bad trades or personal errors.
So knowing all of this, how do you actually build a solid defense? It's not about just buying one product. It's about building an entire system for yourself.
The very first law of defense is diversification. Just like you wouldn't put all of your savings into one single stock, you should never, ever put all of your crypto into one protocol.
This means spreading your capital out across major assets like Bitcoin and Ether, some stable coins, and different strategies for earning yield, kind of like the example you see right here. This is your foundation.
I want you to think of your defense like you're building a fortress. Your first layer, the big outer wall, is diversification. Your second layer is strong self-custody. That means using a hardware wallet to make sure you and only you control your private keys. Insurance is that final layer. It's the shield you add on top to protect against those very specific risks you're worried about. It's the last piece of your defense, not the only piece.
So here's the ultimate takeaway. In DeFi, making big returns is temporary. But survival is everything. Protecting your capital is how you actually win in the long run. So, as we wrap this up, the real question is for you. Are you prepared to build your defense?